CMS requires level of care redeterminations to be completed annually. The process previously measured compliance for level of care redeterminations being completed timely when conducted within 365 calendar days of the last LOC. As a process, coordinators have been counting days to ensure not go beyond the 365 days annually, and therefore each year the LOC date was being moved up in order to meet this requirement. Agencies requested that the division review the current process for LOC redeterminations to meet annual requirements and to look at how we define annually. And request, annual determination has been redefined. Enhanced process will link the annual LOC implementation date to the annual ISP implementation date. Effective 1st, 2018, implementation date will be effective with the ISP implementation date. This following. The LOC determinations must be completed within 90 days prior to the ISP implementation date. The criteria determination date on the LOC screen will remain the same. The determination is completed will be the date in this field. Formal assessment being completed within 2 years, not to exceed the 730 days of the LOC determination date, remains the same. This is the correlation between the LOC determination and supports identified in the ISP. So in this first example, we have a June 1st ISP implementation date. So there the LOC would be complete any time between the dates of March 4th and June 1st, as this is 90 days prior to the ISP implementation date. Example, December 1st ISP implementation date. Therefore, the LOC could be completed any time between the date September 3rd and December 1st. No longer up to 365 days. With this process change, the LOC can now be completed on any date, which is within the 90 days prior to the ISP implementation date.
Elect changes. Level of care redetermination process effective April 1st. There are new data central reports, DCR, and new automated email notifications. In data reports, there are 2 new reports based on the new process requirements. The first is similar to the current LOC determination report. The new report is titled Level of Care Compliance Based on Implementation Date. This report provides a listing of level of care determinations during a user-specified time period based on the ISP implementation date. The new report is similar to the level of care due or expire report. This new report is the level of care coming due based on ISP date. This lists individuals who are either in the DD waiver or in the waiver wait list and have ISP coming due in the next 60 days from the date the report is ran based on the upcoming ISP implementation date and calculates the number of days between the last LOC and the upcoming ISP date. This is used to determine if a new level of care is necessary due to the regulations of the level of cares occurring within 90 days of the ISP. The report offers the most recent assessment type and assessment date, which is the opportunity to determine if a new formal assessment will be due at the time of the level of care determination. In addition to level of care coming due or overdue, automated email based on the 365-day criteria, there are 2 automated level of care emails based on the new process. These emailed level of care coming due based on ISP implementation, in parentheses is the word current, and level of care coming due based on ISP implementation, and in parentheses the word previous. Just like coming due or overdue emails, These new emails are sent out 5 days prior to the level of care due date and continue until level of care is entered into CMOR. The email, the last level of care determination date, the level of care due date, IHP screening date, the 90th day, which is the earliest a level of care may be completed, the support worker, the supervisor, organization name, and county name. The only difference between these two new emails is one is based on the previous year's IHP dates, which have not been updated yet in CMOR, and the other is based on the current year's IHP dates, have been updated in CMOR. For IHPs with the date of May 1st, 2017 and May 1st, 2018, and a level of care not within 90 days prior to May 1st of 2018 will result in an email notification beginning April 26th, which is days prior to the due date of May 1st. There is change to the level of care assessment coming due email notifications, as the formal assessments, such as the McCarthy and Vineland, requirements will continue to be within 2 years of level of care redetermination date. Level of care screening enhancements include the addition of 2 new fields. The first is a level of care implementation date, and the second is a level of care implementation date comments. When adding a level of care, the level of care implementation date field is auto-populated with the IP date. This field update when selecting edit. If this field is changed, then a note in the level of care implementation date comments field is required. The termination date field criteria remains the same and is populated with the date the level of care is added and cannot be changed. If the implementation date in CMOR has not yet been updated for the current year, the level of care implementation date field will need to be updated when the level of care is added. Updating the level of care implementation date will not update the IHP implementation date. The IHP implementation date will continue to be updated per the current process. Initial locations. For level of care determination, the level of care determination date and level of care implementation date would be the same date. It's also true when the determination type is a significant change. A level of care redetermination would be completed within 90 days prior to the next IHP implementation date in order to align with the new process. Transition. Mohawk representatives were consulted, and it is the expectation that during the transition process, the division must be in compliance with both the old and new process. Thus, in this first year of transition, the SC may need to complete an additional LOC in order to align the level of care implementation date and the IHP implementation date. For individuals with an active waiver slot, as well as individuals on the waiver wait list. The first example includes an ISP with an implementation date of November 1st. Based on this 365-day process, the support coordinator completed a timely level of care in June of 2017, because the 2016 level of care was also completed in June. Expectation a level of care be completed by June 2018 in order to comply with the 365-day process, and another level of care be completed between August 3rd and November 1st to comply with the new process and align with the IHP implementation date of November 1. Another example for transition is with an implementation date of March 1st. Based on the 365-day process, the SC completed a timely level of care in May of 2017, as its 2016 level of care was completed in May. A level of care be completed by May 2018 in order to comply with the 365-day process, and another level of care be completed within 90 days prior to the IHP implementation date. That would be between December 1st of 2018 and March 1st of 2019. Allow it to comply with the new process and align with the IHP implementation date of March 1st of 2019. Now we'll review compliance test questions. During a compliance test for completing annual level of care redeterminations may be used. Question: was a formal assessment completed within 2 years, 730 days of the level of care redetermination date? If, then a formal assessment is to be completed before proceed to the next question. If yes, then proceed to the next question. Question 2, level of care redetermination within days prior to the ISP implementation date. If it is now in alignment with the new process. If no, the previous level of care with 365 days process will need followed, and the additional level of care would need to be completed within 90 days prior to the current year's ISP implementation date. The level of care was completed May 1st of 2017. The enforcement was completed in April 2017, and the ISP implementation was June 1st of 2017. Question 1, was formal assessment completed within 2 years or 730 days of the level of care redetermination date? Yes, it was completed in April 2017, and the current level of care and the care determination date may be completed between March 4th and June 1st, 2018, meet both the 365-day criteria and the 9 prior to the June 1st, 2018 ISP implementation date. Proceeding to 2. Is a redetermination date going to be within 90 days prior to ISP implementation date? Yes. Care redetermination may be completed between March 4th and June 1st to meet both the 365-day criteria and the 90 days prior to the June 1st, 2018 ISP implementation date. The level is in alignment with the new process. And back to Carrie reviewing the Q&A resource document.
So you need the technical assistance document. We will be to this document as we receive additional questions from today's presentation. We've listed this information by category. So the first category is LOC compliance dates. Then, what is the date in the LOC implementation date field for annual LOC redeterminations which already fall within the 90 days prior to the ISP implementation date? We've in the box, in this example, the LOC implementation date field will auto-populate with the IHP ISP date from CMOR. The determination date in this example is 4/2/2018, is within the 90 days prior to the ISP implementation date below of 5/1/2018. So this level of care is in compliance with the new process. We do want to, this is a screenshot from an actual LOC, and in this particular scenario, the IHP implementation date had not been updated in CMOR to the 2018 date, so therefore the implementation date on this level of care had to be changed in the implementation date box from 2017 to 2018. This implementation date on the level of care will require a comment in the implementation date comment box as you see below. The second one, what the LOC implementation date field for annual redeterminations which do not fall within the 90 days prior to ISP implementation date during transition year. And this, the determination date and the implementation date would be the same date. The implementation date will need to be updated, as mentioned, because it does auto-populate with the IHP implementation date from CMOR. And it would then need to be completed during this transition year in order to align with the new process of 90 days prior to ISP implementation date. The third category, if he implements June 1st, 2018, the last level of care was completed May 1st, 2017, LOC has to be completed prior to May 1st in order to comply with both the 365 days requirement and the within 90 days prior to the ISP implementation date requirement. The answer in this scenario is no. If the annual LOC redetermination date already falls within the 90 days prior to ISP implementation date, which is our new process, then it's in compliance now with the new process. And the example, the LOC redetermination could be completed any time during that 90 days prior to the June 1st, 2018. And the LOC implementation date would be June 1st, 2018. Is initial and significant change LOCs. What are in the LOC implementation date field for initial or significant change LOC? Again, to include an example here, a screenshot of an LOC, the determined date and the implementation date with this significant change LOC would be the same, and this date of the LOC determination. Just a reminder, the implementation date would be pulling in from the CMOR IHP date, so it need to be updated. And again, anytime that is changed within that implementation date field, if there's anything changed there, you do have to make a comment within the implementation date comment box. Category is formal assessments. The requirement of formal assessments changed with the new LOC annual redetermination process. The answer is no. The formal assessments continue to be completed within 2 years, the 730 days of the LOC determination date. This includes LOC process change presentation.
As a leader, when you log off, you should have a survey that populates in your screen. If you'll take just a minute to fill that out, would greatly appreciate that. Thank you.